something special today. Hi, I'm Ksenia. I'm an ex-professional dancer, multi-certified body nerd. It's true, because I love learning, and a creator of La Technique. If you do not subscribe, please do. I put up new videos every single week. They either have to do with health or they are a workout. Like I said in the intro, this is a special class because I'm not able to put it up on my website as I'm doing tests on this is mainly for my Zoom clients where they can see my body better on which kind of background that they prefer. As well, the other reason this is special is this is for emotional health, having to do with grounding the body and being safety and secure and feeling. So be very, very gentle with yourselves. I look forward to meeting with you. This is an excerpt from my precision class for emotional health. Begin by acknowledging that I'm based on the unceded territory of Tiohtià:ke, specifically of the Huron-Wendat, the Mohawk, and the St. Lawrence Iroquoian peoples. This land was traditionally a meeting place, and it's my intention to honor the indigenous use of this land by keeping it a meeting place for the beautiful Beast community. And my own personal act of reconciliation is to donate my disposable income to the Native Women's Shelter of Montreal. Good morning. We are doing précision, like you, my regulars know. We are doing deep mind-body connection. So this is really important to take the time, allow yourself the grace of time for your brain to make those new connections, to communicate with your body, how your skeleton should be in alignment, and how your muscles should be functioning in order to keep your skeleton in that alignment or moving in space so that we have less pain with age is the goal, or less pain in everyday life. We are gonna go on all fours. We're gonna do some tabletop breath work, crown of the head forward, hips back. I'm going to go on my fists because of the cysts in my wrists. Lengthen the crown forward, hips back. Now this kind of breath work is completely fine to do if you've been up for less than an hour. So I want you to think of, with your inhale, you're expanding your rib cage laterally on the sides. And I don't just mean moving out this way. I mean that in between every single rib, it's expanding like this. As well as you're expanding the back side of your rib cage and below your rib cage to your pelvis. You're expanding posteriorly, then not just anterior breath, because a lot of us do anterior or belly breath. We want 360. And exhale. You hopefully will feel your sits bones separate slightly, and exhale back in. Inhale and exhale. Now this time we're going to do more active exhale. So you'll engage from the pelvic floor up. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose, pelvic floor up. Lengthening the crown of the head forward as that happens so that you don't have forward flexion happening, with this just the rectus. Mainly we want the transverse. In your own time, inhale, release. Exhale, engage, pelvic floor up. Again, inhale, release. Exhale, engage, pelvic floor up. All right. I want both of you to stick out your bum as if someone's ski jumping off your back to get to that posterior tilt. Wonderful. Anna, can you move your sweater just a little bit, please? Wonderful. That's what I want to see. Okay. Now go into your neutral, what you feel like is neutral for your body. Just the teeniest bit, Anna, I want you to think of your vulva going back a bit, touching a wall behind you. There we go. There's your neutral. So there was a slight posterior tilt happening. Great. Wonderful, Jane. Good job. I see a big difference in your pelvis from past weeks. Beautiful. Inhale, release all abdominals in your own time. Exhale, engage, and try not to go into a posterior tilt as you engage pelvic floor up. Now let's get the serratus involved. Shrug your scapula, your shoulder blades up towards your ears, squeeze behind your back towards your spine. Now the lower traps engage, they slide down your spine, and now serratus. This muscle below your scapula, below your shoulder blade, is engaging, and you're reaching your pinky forward and pushing. So think of lengthening out and reaching out through your pinky finger and the side of your hand. Or if you're on your fist like me, it's the same thing, except it's the top of your pinky going down the side of your hand. Now release the abdominals and re-engage pelvic floor up. Trying to keep that neutral pelvis. And gently, as those abdominals are engaged, pick up your right knee, put it to the edge of your mat, pick up your left knee, put it to the edge of your mat, walk your right foot in, walk your left foot in, and then hinge back on your pelvis. Wide-legged child's pose. Now feel free, if you want to use your yoga block or your ball, to put it underneath your forehead or your chest, whatever feels good for your body today. Third eye, forehead on the earth. Reaching the arms forward, but be careful, because what can happen here is the upper traps like to take a holiday by our ears. Let's try and keep that space, that negative space, not emotionally negative, but literal artistic negative space between your ears and your upper traps. Roll back and forth on your third eye, intuition, creativity, and psychic abilities, or just a nice gentle massage if that's what feels better for your belief system. Come back to center. Inhale, release abdominals. Again, thinking of that posterior and lateral chain of movement, of space being created. Exhale, engage pelvic floor up. Walk those hands back towards you. Step forward on it. Low lunge. Long spine. Now, you have your yoga block, so please feel free. If this is too low for you, you can grab a secondary yoga block or your yoga ball, or even gently put your hand on your thigh, not right on your knee joint. We want that nice long spine. Crown of the head forward, hips back. And then if that feels okay, then you hinge over to where it feels good for your body today. What I don't want is that knee going past the ankle. I want that knee stacked right above. Beautiful. Now, if you can see my hips are twisting, we want to think of this right hip coming back and your left hip coming forward. And then long spine. Jane, grab your yoga blocks, your yoga block and your ball, put one in each hand. I just want to see what's going to happen with your thoracic spine when that happens. And then lengthen up. Crown of the head towards, there we go, gorgeous. There we go, yes, 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 yes. And walk your right leg forward about an inch. Just because that knee is going past your ankle. There we go, gorgeous. Now, slowly take your blocks and your hands and walk them back. We're gonna flex that front foot. Now, this will be intense for your hamstring group. If it's too much, extend your foot down to the earth or bend your leg. But what we really wanna do is get this hamstring group going. If that feels okay, flex the foot, and again, long spine. I don't want any curvature over. Beautiful. Pulling those toes back towards your shoulder, your rotator cuff. Now think of your breath again. Expand the back side of your body and your pelvic floor. Now pelvic floor comes up, contracts. Transverse abdominals contracts from pelvic floor, from pubic bone all the way up. No pulling, just belly button to spine. Long, 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 long. Hinge your weight forward again. Move your blocks and ball to the side. Heel toe your right foot out to about 45-degree angle. We're gonna do some lizard. I'll take off my sock on the other foot. And then tuck those back toes, hands on the earth or on your yoga block. You can even just use one yoga block like this, but it depends on the width of your torso You might want 2 yoga blocks, or you can use your yoga block and your ball. We're gonna lift up and lengthen that back leg as we lengthen the crown of the head forward. And again, this is getting lengthening of the psoas, hip flexors, and adductor. And then bend that back leg. Keep your weight where it is, and then pull that back leg up towards you. Wrap your other hand around to find your ankle. But then we have our handy dandy yoga belt. You can put that yoga belt around that foot to help pull that leg forward. Now you don't want to be right on your patella, on your kneecap. You want to be in the base of your quad. This will be intense for your quad and your psoas. Keep that pelvis neutral because we are in a lizard variation with our right leg out. Gently release. Let that left leg go down. Tuck the toes once more. Both hands on the earth and lengthen that back leg up. That will intensify that stretch on both the right and left hip flexors. Breathe. Come on down one more time. Let's get into that quad. Using your yoga belt or your foot up or your mini band. Or you can just bend your leg up. What I don't want is just weight on your patella. And then square up your body. Gently release. Let that back leg unfold, rest on the earth, feel supported. Now, if it feels good, come down gently onto your left forearm and then your right forearm. Now this one, I cannot get my right forearm down to the earth this morning. So I'm gonna use my yoga block underneath my right arm as a support. You can use, though, yoga blocks under both of your arms for support, or if that's too low, you can stay up. You can choose whatever level works for you today. Just I'll move my leg out of the way. So this is what I'm doing with my one arm. And we don't want any collapsing of that thoracic spine, no curling. So long spine out. And there we go. Yes, that long spine. Jane, can you come up just a little bit with your body? I just want to see what's going to happen with your thoracic spine. That's gorgeous. Wonderful. I'm just going to check myself, see what space I have today. Then come down gently all the way. Move your blocks out of the way. Slowly roll over onto your right hip. Pardon me, on your left hip. Right foot crosses over. Release the abdominals. I'm going to move this belt out of the way. Release abdominals, re-engage pelvic floor up. Then serratus. Point your bottom foot. Grab one of your 1 pound weights. Lift up that bottom leg. Up. Right arm in front of our left leg to begin. 4, 3. Make sure there's no collapsing of that thoracic spine. All right, we're gonna add the top leg in a moment. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay on the earth. Top leg comes up, goes then behind. Comes up, goes then in front. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Work through the foot, pushing off the earth. Up, down. We're going to end behind. Down, up, and down. Take the leg up and down. So now your right arm should be able to feel more like more in alignment with your rotator cuff, whereas before it was a bit forward by about 45 degrees. Up, down. It's not perfectly in your coronal plane though. Up, stay up and pulse it. 8, 7, 6. Using your serratus, don't let go. Get those transverse abdominals. Good. Keep that leg up if you wish. We're going to pick up the back leg. In to the front. In to the back. In to the front. Push off the earth. Push and down. Good. 4 and down. 3. Managing pressure in your lower transverse. And down. Up. Down. Stay up. Little pulse of that bottom leg. Up. Up. Adductor. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, gorgeous, 2, 1. Stay here. Take that arm to a line in your coronal plane. Now curl in. Touch your shoulder, lengthen out. In. Now if this is too much, everything can be on the earth. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. I want you to stay in. Pulse up the bottom leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next, stay up. Take in your right leg behind your elbow. 2, 3, 4. Nice. 5. Keeping your chest towards me, please, as much as you can. Put both of the leg down, put the foot down. Lengthen that arm forward. Flip over your left hand, press up. Tricep, go down. 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4. Tricep and bicep. And up. Down. And up. Keeping that scapula in neutral as best as you can. Up. Stay here. Lift the arm up and down. Trying to get that serratus and down. Up and down. Up and down. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm comes down. Push yourself up more so you're right on your pelvis. Lengthen out your right leg. Arm goes right out from your shoulder blade, from your scapula. Pulse up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put down that weight. Come over onto the other side. Feel free to grab some water. Step through. Leg right in front of you. Heel directly below knee, please. Using your yoga blocks or your yoga block and your mini ball. What I want most of all is a neutral spine. So Anna, can you grab your yoga block and your mini ball, please? Yeah, gorgeous, Jane. Yep. Beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. Jane, I've noticed a big difference in your thoracic spine today. Well done. That's all you. And gorgeous. Gorgeous. Now both of you, let's see if we go down a millimeter, what happens to the spine if it can keep, if there's that kind of movement available in the pelvis and hip flexors. And then engage abdominals. We're going to shift back. So walk your hands back slightly or walk your blocks back slightly as we slowly start to extend the left leg. If it's too much on your hamstrings, keep your toes towards the earth. If you have this space available, start to lift those toes up back towards you. That will intensify the stretch of the hamstrings. Long spine. I'm going to lift myself up as well because I think I have a bit of thoracic spine issues happening. And then release abdominals, re-engage pelvic floor up. You need maybe, I would say, 15% abdominal engagement. You still want to feel that breath moving. Walk those blocks forward. Long spine. So this is about the right psoas, hip flexors, quad, and then we're getting a bit of the glute max on the left, and we're intensifying the range of motion of the left femur head. Release abdominals, engage abdominals up, pelvic floor up, and then take your blocks and walk back. And remember, if you don't know, please know you can put your block at any level that you wish for your body today, and it may shift. Like this side, I know this side of my body is tighter than the other, so it does make sense to me that I need it on this side. A bit more support to help me find more range of motion. Wonderful. Now both of you try to go down a millimeter or switch your block to the next level, and I want to see what happens with your spines. Looks great. Looks very good. Try to lengthen out that foot as much as you can. The back of the knee, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. I know it might be intense. And then come forward. Put that block, or those blocks, the balls right in front of you. Heel toe your left leg out 45 degrees from you. And then tuck the back toes on your, what foot is that? Your right foot, and lengthen out. So now we're lengthening it out, intensifying the stretch of the hip flexors on the right, and then increasing range of motion of the hip flexors, or with the femur head on the left. Engage the abdominals as you gently lower down. Have your yoga belt nearby, or be able to grab it or stop and go and grab your yoga belt, because we're going to do the quad and the psoas even more. Swimming back your right hand. Let me see. Nope. Swimming back your left hand. But what can happen is this twisting of the torso when we use that left hand. Try to keep your torso facing the earth, and we want to try and stay off. We don't want to be right on the patella. You want to be on the base of the quad, so not right on your knee bone. I forget the colloquial term for that. Patella, knee bone? Knee bone? Does that make sense? Knee joint. And gently release with control your belt, that leg back down, tuck the toes again. Take your left arm forward and lengthen out that back leg. Breathe, trying to find that space, that lateral breath that we had at the beginning of class. Lateral and posterior. Nice. And then please put down that back leg again and gently bend up that right foot. Swim back with your left hand. You can adjust yourself to reach and use a belt, use a mini band, or you can just bring the leg up. Just make sure you're off that knee joint, the patella. And then try to keep your hips square and your body square, which will be a challenge because our left foot is out, that our pelvis may want to externally rotate, it won't want to externally rotate, it'll just want to rotate, which will shorten the external rotation of our left leg. And we want to try and keep that external rotation happening. And release that back leg. Now, release those toes onto the earth. You can stay here with your blocks if that feels good. If you want to go a bit lower, deeper, come on down. And because I didn't do full lizard on the other side, I'm not going to do it on this side. I want to try and keep us even. Keep that spine nice and long, that thoracic spine nice and long. Imagine I have my hands at the base of your occipital spine, or your occipital skull, occipital bone. That's the back of your skull where your vertebrae of your spine insert. Then I'm gently pulling that forward so your crown of the head is lengthening forward. Good. And then engage abdominals, come down, roll onto your right hip gently, get rid of your block. Cross over that left leg, grab your weight, and lift up. Externally rotate your right leg. Now don't forget engaging abdominals from pelvic floor up, and then serratus. Up. and down. Nice work. Up and down. So you might feel a lot of energy going around your pelvis right now because we've been working that a lot. A little bit faster. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stay down. Top leg. Up and down. Push off the earth. Use your foot up like you're doing a saute, or you're massaging up, using the strength of your toes to help lift that leg up. Push off the earth and down. Up. Try not to twist or sink into that rotator cuffs, and that tells me transverse and serratus aren't working. Up. Or they're tired. Stay back with that leg. Lift up the bottom leg. Up, and then adjust your arm to be a bit more open. Down. Up. Down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up. Lift up that back leg and over. Up and over. Up. Over. Manage abdominal pressure. Look down and see for yourself if there's any doming happening. And then use your serratus. Yes. Stay here. Pulse it up. 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. 6. Adductor bicep. Stay here. Pull in your left leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower, extend this arm up above your leg and curl out. You can always put down both of your legs anytime you wish. Serratus and out. So we need quite a bit of abdominal engagement here. 100. Couple more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay out. Gently put that foot down, put that leg down. Push, oh, don't push yourself up yet. Sorry, triceps. Up, 2, 3, 4, and down. Lengthening out through your right leg at the same time so it's active. Or you can flex the foot as well. The first time we did pointer foot. Bicep, tricep. Up, 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3. Couple more. Up, 2, 3, and down. And up, up, down. Come all the way up, up. Push yourself up with that hand. Engage those abdominals. Come right back onto your pelvis. Turn your, bring your left leg in parallel. Slide it out. Both hands reach forward. Up. Right on your sits bones. And you can bend your legs exactly. I just want you right on your sits bones. Good. Jane, can you bend those legs just a little bit? And then get right on your sits bones. There we go. Up. 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put that weight to the side. Grab your stability ball. Do not drink water yet, please. And grab a yoga block. Put it on the edge of your mat. Just gonna move my belt. Come down. Have that yoga block underneath your head to begin. Then we're gonna grab this ball, roll over, support, well, I'll turn to face you so you can see. Take your right hand, put it down on the earth, and your fingers on your head. You're gonna support your head as you roll off of your block. Put that ball right around where a heart rate monitor or your bra band would be. And then roll back. Heel toe those feet together so they are touching one another. And now, if you have another yoga block or a pillow or a ball, feel free to put it underneath your leg. We're going to open up and go into reclined cobbler's pose. Let one leg gently lower. You can also use your hand to guide down on the other side as well. And then the other leg gently lowers. This will be intense. We have our heart literally being opened and we're doing a hyper extension. So we're encouraging even more opening in that side of our body. Same with our pelvis. So be kind to yourselves. Put your right hand back, put your left hand back on your heart. Left palm, hand is out with left palm facing the heavens. Breathe, close your eyes. Whatever you're feeling, acknowledge and let her rip, release. Your next exhale, gently let your left hand unfold to the earth and then fold up your right hand, hand on heart. Left arm extended out with left palm facing the heavens. So what we're trying to do is encourage your heart to release anything it's holding on to that is no longer serving you, being neutralized with help from nature. Please try to go back to your breath of what you had at the beginning of class. Check in, are your glutes clenching or your psoas or gripping, and that might mean that you need supports underneath your legs. Yoga blocks, pillows. And release that hand down. On your next exhale, engage pelvic floor up. Breathing out through your mouth. Gently lift your left knee up. And then anchor the right side of your right foot and then lift that right foot up. Heel toe the feet out till they're directly up from your ACEs, your hip bones. Then bend your right arm. Fingertips find your skull as you roll towards me gently. Your hand is supporting your head. Take that ball out. Put it to the side. Take that yoga block out. Put it down. Come back onto your backs. Lengthen those legs out. Hands down. Just take a little breath in Shavasana. And if that was too intense, please feel free to pull your femurs to your chest and hug yourselves. That will close off both your sacral chakra and your heart chakra to help you feel protected and less exposed. And next exhale, engage pelvic floor up. Walk the right foot up. Walk the left foot up. Stay exactly where you are if your body needs to be right there in that moment. Hands interlock your fingers. They go behind your head, please. Inhale, release abdominals. Exhale, engage. Pelvic floor up. Lift the shoulder blades up. Extend, lengthen out the right leg parallel. Go up, 2, and back down, 3, 4. So we're doing isometric contraction of the transverse abdominals while adding frontal loading of the rectus up. Keeping a neutral spine, no imprint, no posterior tilt. I personally don't teach that anymore after taking a spinal health course for rehabilitation and prevention by Dr. Stuart McGill and the human clinical trials that he presented. Up, out, This time I want your leg to stay out in 45 degrees. You're going to pick up your left leg towards your chest, back down. That's going to intensify what you're doing. Doming can happen so easy with this other leg coming up. Up. Keep those elbows nice and open, but the weight of your head in your hands. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. We'll use Pilates breath. Up. Out. Wonderful. Gently bend in your right foot. Foot finds the earth. Release down with those rectus. Let's do a hip driver up. Pelvis comes up, doing a hip hinge. But what we don't want is a hamstring stretch, which is a posterior tilt with your pubic bone going up towards the heavens. So right now I'm doing a posterior tilt. Now I'll show you with a neutral pelvis, where my pelvis goes straight out between my knees. So that's my posterior tilt, pubic bone up to the heavens. And now this is my neutral. And then come back down. Take your hands out from behind your head, interlock them the other way. So whatever way might feel quote unquote weird, if they were this way the first time, put it this way the next time. Behind your head, engage those abdominals though as you lift up that head, because the rectus engages in order to lift up the head. Neat, hey? Inhale, release abdominals. Exhale, engage, pelvic floor up. Extend, lengthen out the left leg. Point the foot. Pick it up. Up. Down. Now you can stay right here. You're working your transverse abdominals with an isometric contraction. And your obliques by keeping your rib cage from flaring. Up. Now let's add the rectus if you wish. Frontal loading. Lift up your shoulder blades. Down. Imagine I'm pulling that left leg out of your hip socket. Out. Up. Out. Up. Out. This next one, you're going to go back to 45 degrees. Pull up your bottom leg. In. And down. And up. You can also do this with your head on the earth. That'll still be intense. Using that Pilates breath. Down. Again. Up. Nice. Bend in that left leg. Slide one leg out using those abdominals and the other. If you feel you want to do more heart opener, please go back doing heart opener or doing cobbler's pose. Otherwise, Shavasana. If you need more energy, palms facing up to the heavens. If you are good, palms down to the earth. Get those scapula neutral. Close your eyes and just breathe. Beautiful work, everybody. If your thoughts are wandering, please just bring your thoughts back to your breath, or acknowledge what's coming up, and then try to release. Sorry, you probably hear my little one Feel free to stay in Shavasana. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, or stay in Shavasana. And now you hear a pop. Whoa, there's a party happening here. And then roll your eyes in one direction, still keeping your eyes closed. And then the other direction. Noticing if there's any like anti-lock breaking when you're moving your eyes. And then scrunch up your feet, scrunch up your hands, scrunch up your face. Now do lion's breath. Tongue out, open your hands, open your feet. Again, scrunch in, even scrunching your tongue in your mouth. Open. And release. If you have much to do with your day, roll over to your right. If you can relax, go over onto your left if you want more relaxation. And then push yourself up to sitting. Lotus variation, whatever feels comfortable for you. Move your glutes out of the way. And give great energy to anybody in the world who might need it today. And we're going to spend a bit extra to Anna and her family. And then grant yourself the grace to take good energy for yourself. Hands for third eye, positive thoughts about yourself. Mouth for positive words, heart for positive feelings, and solar plexus for your own power. It's always there. Choose your place and think of something you're grateful for today. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Listen to your bodies, be super gentle, just because that was a lot of gentle things.